Coming to the part of consciousness that is the biggest culprit at 71%, we have to see what we can do. We need to know how we build immunity. In the matter of consciousness, therefore, it is important to build awareness of safe driving. I will present 3 things, starting with greetings. It's a starting point. In fact, it is the way of people in every country. When you meet each other, say hello. Meet and greet. We haven't seen each other for a long time and came back to say hello. Therefore, greeting is important. Now that the greeting is complete, along the way, a good attitude must be created towards using cars or towards people who use cars together on the road. There are many ways to have a good attitude. Many concepts, many perspectives to choose from. We can choose any type. But we will choose another direction, which not many people talk about, but it creates a good attitude and is useful. Now, let's move on to creating a good attitude. Once created, we have to understand the various situations. That it will happen. Making decisions in the wrong situation, we even have a 20% chance of an accident. So it's important that we understand how precarious these situations are. What are the random chances of an accident occurring? And how should we reduce it? This is as important as greeting. Therefore, let's look at the matter of greeting. Good greetings are the starting point for safe driving. What do we greet? Accidents are caused by people, vehicles, and surroundings. Therefore, we greet these 3 people first. We should make it a habit. Make it normal. Some people say they're not familiar with it. No one was familiar with it from the beginning. But when you do it and repeat it, you will become flexible. Develop skills in greeting. I'm beginning to realize that saying hello here isn't a waste of time. We think it's a waste of time because the first time we do it, it feels like it takes a long time. But if we do it regularly, it won't be a waste of time. We've talked about greeting people in the form of training for licensing. We've talked about it, but we haven't talked about greetings. But that's part of the greeting. Before going to greet others in to out, we greet ourselves first. Some people say it's not good or not to greet yourself. Greeting yourself. Is your body ready? When we wake up today, is our body ready? Do we have a headache and feel sick? Are you ready to take control of the steering wheel? That is, greet yourself. I don't have anything but maybe diarrhea. To the extent that we will be exhausted? Does it cause an obstacle to driving? Or were we sick last night and took fever medicine and are we still dizzy now? Will the decision be a mistake? These are self-salutations. We'll get out of the car and go to work. We will go to transport the goods. We're going to transport passengers. You have to greet yourself first. If you're not ready, don't go. Because your duty is according to the law. Transport is grander, more responsible than a small car. Take responsibility for yourself, responsible for both passengers, responsible for the entire product. Some products fall onto the road and have an impact on the environment. Therefore, with all these things, it is necessary that we greet ourselves ready, so that we can become good drivers. It is safe. Later we went to greet the passengers. There were no passengers. We are born as people who carry things. We greeted passengers. It's like greeting passengers. Are all passengers ready? Check on passengers. That is, according to the Transport Act, you transport in 2 ways. Transporting people and transporting things. Therefore, if transporting people, we check first. Are there all passengers? Every time we get out of the car we have to greet passengers. Are you ready? If we do a tour, we go and see if all the passengers come. Has anyone asked to go to the bathroom? Maybe a big tour bus, when they reached their destination and went down, there had to be a check on the people. Always check to see if you're ready. If someone wants to stop at something, where or when, please let us know so we can understand how to determine how to drive safely. That is to greet passengers. Our passengers are born. We have to say hello first. Is the item ready to go? Is it complete? So I don't have to go and come back again. Because we may be in a hurry. When we hurry, it happens that we rush. When accelerating, we use speed. There may be an accident caused by speed. Exceeding the speed limit. Therefore, we check our readiness first. Passengers refer to the items that we must transport. In addition to greeting passengers the next thing to greet is greeting fellow road users or pedestrians. We greet them, which makes us have a good mind when it comes to driving. If we are only angry, sullen, or dissatisfied with each other, it will cause the driving situation to become negative. It will affect driving and bad things will happen. So we smile happily at each other. A little heavy, a little light, forgive each other. When the car is about to go, let him go first, then we will follow. Then what we use is sensitivity. No matter how he goes, Think that we spend no more than 1 minute together. Maybe no more than 15 seconds, and then he'll go. And then we followed. There will be a good attitude in the matter of using cars. So do pedestrians. When we drive and see pedestrians crossing the road, let the pedestrian cross the road first by saying hello or looking at the condition of the pedestrian. If he or she is awkward, we greet by pressing the horn, but don't chase, don't press for a long time, press to let him know that there's a car coming. Greeting each other is a good thing. We use trumpets to greet each other. There will be an understanding that we exist on the streets. We didn't rush anything, just let him know we were there. So that he will be careful and we will be careful of him. Therefore, it will be safer to drive with a greeting. You see, greeting is the first door to safety. Therefore, we greet people now. We greet the car. I call it car greeting. But another part might call it checking the car before using it. Each day that we get in the car, have we inspected the car first to see what condition our car is in? Many people said that it was very difficult to check. And it's difficult to detect. How can I imagine what to check? In fact, there will only be the condition of the tires, steering, gas, lights, brakes. But what if you don't remember? It has a principle to remember, which is a combination of 7 English words. We call it B-wagon. It is the basis of inspecting the vehicle before using it. Especially big cars. We should be prepared in terms of checking the brakes and checking the brake system. Check brake fluid, check gear oil, check things related to brakes, and then check everything.